Oh, I was looking. There was only a few on tonight, like Angie and Rick, and they only had like 7 people watching their stream, and they got
Wow.
almost 2,000 subscribers. So, yeah, they're just. I think Ed was on there with 4. Flash in the pan Ed.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it. Yeah.
He didn't have many people in there, so people are out doing stuff. Oh, what do you know? I'm live. Thank you, YouTube. You
Oh
got it
wow.
right once. It actually came up when it was supposed to. So,
Anybody here yet? I know
Donna
Donna
was
was here.
here. I don't know if she still is. Doubt it. 3 waiting. Oh, Matt, how you doing?
Oh my goodness, it's Matt.
It's Matt. Love to get Matt up here.
Oh, he's never.
Yeah, Marty Vistral.
Marty.
Marty, how you doing? Anybody getting out and doing anything in this heat? I know I'm not. Mark's working his ass off, so.
Yeah. Matt, he's too busy driving around in his brand new truck, so he's not doing anything.
Oh, got a new truck, huh? Nice. Marty's been babysitting the granddaughter, I believe. David, how you doing? Evening. Only some fishing on the weekend. Well, let's get down and do something. Too damn hot here. Nothing like walking out in a wall of heat and get soaked doing it. Yeah.
Yep.
That good thing is you never have to buy an iron here. Go with wrinkled clothes in 5 minutes. They're not wrinkled anymore. Yeah, I can't either. I'm on so many heart meds. I'm not even supposed to go out if it's over 80 degrees. So,
Wow.
well, Carvedilol, lisinopril, maximum dose. I remember they forgot to tell me that when I first started taking them about passed out because I was doing my morning walk in the summer. I did pass out when I got home when I called the heart nurse.
Yeah.
Hi, Dan.
Hey,
Hi,
Dan.
Chop Chop. At the hospital, she goes, "What are you doing out in the heat?" I said, "I'm not supposed to be out in it." She goes, "No, not on the meds you're on." Hi, Leanne. I go, "Well, nobody told me that."
Yeah.
But Danny's gone out and found some coinage. He's still the king of clad.
Chop Chop. Leanne.
How you doing, Leanne? I bet it's super hot where Leanne's at.
Yeah.
Probably still over 100 degrees there. Oh, yeah. Says we got 5 people in here.
All right. Wendy.
Oh, Wendy. Excuse me. Another thing is the heat just zaps me.
Whoa, 102. Nope. You can keep
Too
that
damn
name.
hot.
Sorry.
102. Yeah. Well, it was supposed to hit 98 here with the feel of 104, but it cut off at about 91, which is fine by me. I'll wait it out in the fridge, says Matt. Good idea. It just this heat wave is insane, coast to coast. I don't remember that ever happening before.
No.
There would always be places where it was nice and cool. That ain't happening.
Yeah.
Severe thunder. Yeah, we're supposed to be getting thunderstorms tonight, which 4 hours ago we weren't having any. You guys are getting southern weather. It changes every 15 minutes. Power off for 14 hours. That sucks, Marty.
Wow.
Because here I don't have a generator. Back home I had a generator, so I didn't care if the power went out. Just fire up the generator.
Hey,
Hi, Georgianne.
Georgianne.
Backroad Hillbillies, how you doing? Zaxxon.
Oh, is he here? There he is.
Hi, Zaxxon.
Bill, why in the hell do you set up 2 lives every week?
Because if people need me to give them a rent, I have to have YouTube open.
Yes, but you have 1 live running over on YouTube right now where it's waiting for Papa Rouse. I just let everybody know that there was a new live. And then you have another live open right now that you're actually on. Every week you do that.
It's only supposed to have 1 open. I don't know why it does that.
It's a Bill thing too. It's only you. You set up the 1 live. We all go over there. Wait, I put the link. Don't worry. And then you got to put down the second live where Bill is actually present, mentally and physically. I usually know I'm on the wrong one, but it makes it harder for me to find. But I usually know I'm on the wrong one because you don't respond on the other live. You only respond on the live where you're going to be on. So it's kind of like a crapshoot. If you go say hello and Bill doesn't say hi in the first couple of minutes, then you're on the wrong live.
Don't ask me why it does it. It's done it every time I've ever, because it says connect, and that's all I do. I have YouTube actually shut down, and it'll throw 2 up there. And if I shut 1 down, it screws everything up. So,
wow. Yeah, I threw the link over there. How you doing today?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm all right.
Okay. Have you talked to Rob by chance?
Not since Saturday or Sunday.
Okay. Well, next Saturday, he's taking Saturday off.
Oh, wow.
And Charlie still won't be back. And he asked me if I wanted to do the stream that night. And I said, I don't know. If I have somebody up there, I'll talk to Zach and see if he wants to do it, if he's able to, because you can be called off to work at any time.
I usually blow off work to be on that stream. If it's all, I got a threshold on the dollar amount I'm willing to blow off to be on the stream.
Hey, you want to do it then?
Oh, as long as I can be here, yeah. If not, I could definitely get a fill in for me. I'm sure PA Patriot would be willing to.
Oh yeah, Dan might.
If you want, I'll do it. Yes, but
okay.
but understand over X amount of dollars, I'm no longer a player.
Oh yeah, I completely understand that.
I'm sorry. You see the nose, man. We all know I'm a Shylock Jew.
No. Somebody said we can do this for free, or you can go over here and make $100. See, I'm going over here.
My threshold's higher than that.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that I get.
Yeah, yeah. There's nights I lose a healthy portion for doing it, but usually the way things are around here, I don't usually lose them all. The vast majority of it. 50% of what I blow off, I just pick up Sunday morning, the same job, because there's no other options. And it's nice. Not always working that late isn't always ideal, because you get to 9:05 just after every part store closed, and you need one more thing.
More part, yeah, and you can't get it, yeah.
And it only costs like $3, but you can't drive it without it.
And then setting up the whole lighting system so you can work on something, yeah, I know.
No, we don't need light out here. It's so hot out here that after the sun goes down, the ground just glows for a while. it emits plenty to see on. T-Rep, hello.
T-Rep.
Hi T-Rep. Hi Georgianne. Hi Jim. Hi Gregory. No.
Yeah. You set it up and run it and get Rob to community post it, and I'll try and get Charlie to community post it for you, and we'll come over here and get you the hours.
Oh, okay. We'll do it. Well, there will be digging it back Saturday night show, Saturday, people. Right. Know that with the when I worked in the woods, we used to work on our equipment. Sometimes you had to work at night, and we had a truck that we could put up some lights on. One guy wheeled them up so fast one night, and they blew both lights out. So we're sitting there in the dark and going, great, now what do we do,
I have relatively decent lighting and lots of different options. And same with my shades and things like that, because obviously I got to have them. But sometimes I find it faster to struggle with less than it is for me to take the time to set everything up.
Oh yeah.
So it does.
Top of truck because we'd be working like crawlers and stuff, so you had to have the light pointing down from a height to where you could actually see.
Hey, back breaking.
Yeah, I get it. 103. I wish we were 103.
What about 112, 114?
No, actually, it's been cool this week. 106 today.
106. That's all.
I mean, it's 6:10 at night. It's only 100, or it's down to 104 already. So we're doing pretty good.
Ouch.
Nope.
That's it beats 117, man. It was 117 this time last week, so 106 feels pretty good.
I was always thinking once you get past 105, it really doesn't make that much difference.
It doesn't, not without the humidity.
Yeah. That's the problem here. The temperature was only 91 today, but it's also 89% humidity, so it's like it might as well be 110.
Yeah.
And yet you hear newscasters, humidity doesn't make any difference. Yeah, it does.
It makes a big difference.
Yeah, I can't do humid, dude. I sent Rob pictures at 125 I was working in. I'm okay with that, especially if you can get shade, which obviously I carry shade. If you can get shade and it's just hot, but if you throw in humidity,
then the shade don't even help. Yeah, I know.
I'm just checking out. They're like, oh, it's only 110 today. Yeah, but we had a monsoon come through earlier, which means it's going to be humid. No thanks, I'm busy.
Yeah, it sucks then. Yeah, I know. But a lot of people go, oh, I had somebody try to tell me, oh, it's actually better to have the humidity with the heat. I went, yeah, no. No freaking way.
It's better for your skin and it's better for your dehydration to have the humidity, but for your personal feel,
well, my dad internally, it says it's dangerous.
Which?
Having humidity with the heat. It can do damage to your lungs and stuff. They throw that up now in like AccuWeather. They tell you with a certain amount of humidity, dangerous to be outdoors. So I looked into it. Okay, I never heard that before. Why? Well, because it can do internal damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hadn't heard that one, but I don't. It's not one of the things I really pay attention to.
Yeah, so true, man.
It's 95 with the air conditioner. Wonder what it is without. I wouldn't want to know.
If you want 65 year round, you need to go to San Diego.
Yeah.
Right on the beach. You'll be 65 year round.
Well, it's like Fort Bragg. It's about 55 year round there. And foggy most of the time. They get a clear day at Fort Bragg, they go out and sacrifice a cow because they think there's something wrong. So.
Sacrifice a cow to the fog gods.
Yeah. It's boiling in the south. So you got to tell me, Loretta, I live in Tennessee. I know it's boiling in the south.
People are putting videos of baking cookies on their dashes out here. So.
Oh yeah.
It's 6 of one, half dozen of another.
We used to go out and break eggs open on the manhole covers just to have fun. Hi, NorCal. Watch them sizzle.
Yeah, same here in PA, Georgia.
Ohio, huh?
Hello, NorCal. Well, you get out and hunt, Bill?
No, I've been too damn hot. So I haven't done that ball.
Hey, Captain Vic.
Hi, Captain. Like I said, heat and humidity, I can't take anymore. If it was just, like you said, if it was hot and dry, I could do it. If it was humidity, no.
Yeah, I'm hardwired for shade.
Yeah.
Anywhere I'm going, anytime I'm talking to people, I've been out here so long, I just gravitate towards any sliver of shade I can find, and I talk over there.
Oh,
It's
yeah, I can find shade down there, but with the humidity plus the insects don't help either, man. I mean, it's like they're thriving this year.
What's an insect?
Yeah, exactly. I know. You see a fire mosquito once in a while in Northern California, but you don't see droves of them.
It is so hot down here. Even the flies have gone away. They only come for spring and fall. During the summer, only the really stubborn ones that want to piss you off are the ones that hang around. There's no droves of them anywhere. It doesn't matter what you.
Yeah, it's just one or two. Yeah,
it's just one or two of the dumb ones.
Hi, Cindy Murphy. But here, man, I mean, plus even the fleas here are huge compared to California. I mean, fleas are little dinky things back there. Here, they're about the size of a housefly. Like, son of a bitch. And chiggers. I know you don't know what a chigger is. So.
Oh, I had some dude from Texas explain to me what a chigger was in person the other day. They don't really sound like people should be living where they are. Anything that wants to bore under your skin and make a home for itself just doesn't really.
Yeah, unfortunately, in the South, it's all over. They're all over down here. And I read back home, it said that we had them in California, but I never experienced one in California ever in 64 years. So.
Yeah, always fun. How's work going for you, Mark? No pain in the asses lately?
Oh yeah, I just dealt with one today. It's just stupid. And for the past 2 days, I had a light load. Now tomorrow they're going to slam me with 10 people. Yeah. Oh well, it's the money. It's the only reason I keep doing it.
I think that's why most of us keep doing whatever it is we do.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, people, just for, those stupid things like food, rent, and clothing.
People make the comment to me, they're like, I don't know how you guys work out here like this. I'm like, well, my mortgage doesn't really care how hot it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Neither
and
does
your stomach doesn't either when you're hungry.
Yeah, neither does the grocery store.
Yeah, neither does the ex-wife who wants the support payments.
No, they don't.
He glitched.
I heard him.
I didn't think it was going to be hot enough for me to lose internet. You never know.
Yep.
Lightning strikes, I don't worry about too much backbreaking, but when we get the freaking tornado warnings, I'd rather go through a good old California earthquake.
We've been getting some monsoon weather the past couple of days. We had a little microburst tornado thing come through town. It did a lot of damage. There's a local pawn shop. We've never seen it drive, but they got one of the trucks with the big old sale advertising things on them, flipped it over.
Wow.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of people with torn up roofs and this and that, and it was either a mini tornado or a microburst. Or I'm not a meteorologist. I can tell you it's wind though. It was windy.
That's kind of strange for Southern California. Usually they just get a little dust devil and throw some newspapers around.
Yeah, we got a huge one a couple of years ago. This last one that just came through was pretty bad. I don't ever remember things like that.
No. There's always just, the El Niños and forest fires and earthquakes for California, basically, the big ones.
See, I'm desert. I always liked an El Nino year. It was just more water for us.
Yeah.
We went. I took my daughter. I was doing in the final stages of getting my daughter her license when the Tropical Storm Hillary came through, and just so that I could give her the experience of driving through ridiculous amount of rain, I took her out driving in the middle of it. Having her cross little flowing streams in her in her little tiny car and all this and doing this and that. And, just so she got some experience of that, she just did just fine. And then next day we went out in the desert and decided to get the truck muddy.
Flying Arrow got hit with a tornado last night in his area. Hi, Mary. Hi, Mystic.
Wow. Hello, Mary. How are you doing tonight? Hope all is well.
It's like years back, I was in Oklahoma. A friend of mine said, come on out, got some work for you, because I didn't have much back home. And he was like maintenance at a trailer park. And I pull in, and here's all these sheets of plywood. It's an older park, and they're all leaned up against all the trailers. Like, what the hell are those for? He goes, they throw them on the roof when the freaking hailstorms come through. Otherwise, they got to replace the roofs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That was one of our jobs. Throw those up on the roof and wait for a hailstorm to go through them, pull them back down. But I was coming back from there. It was the middle of winter. And I looked behind me. I just saw the blackest clouds coming up on my butt quick. And I realized it's a freaking hailstorm. Luckily, I found an overpass and pulled under. And that was probably 1.5, 2 inch diameter hail. It would have just pounded my car.
Hey, dispatch.
You know, Bill, the song that comes to mind when you told me about you going back to work for your buddy back in the old days, in the other state, is Charlie Daniels on Easy Rider.
Yeah.
Peace sign in the back with mag wheels and a full on the floor, and he's gonna go. being from California, that's about what it was, but.
Hi, dispatch detective.
Yeah, my dispatch. Hi, Wendy's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to. No.
We lost Mark.
Yeah. I got to spend my morning playing with a military fuel tanker.
Oh. New one, old one?
Old one. Some guy out of Kansas bought it from Gov Planet, and we had to go make it good enough to load onto a lowboy so he can have it shipped across the country back to Kansas, because out here you can have nothing with non-emissions, and out there apparently you can do something with it. So we went out there bright and early when they opened, checked in. Right at the 2-hour mark of waiting out front, I went in, a little bent out of shape. Hey man, I checked in 2 hours ago. We've been sitting out there. Oh, well, the other guy must have checked you in. He really doesn't do that. And he gets on the road. Hey, we just need somebody to take these mechanics back and work on this tanker. You don't have to stay with them.
That's weird.
So we sat out there for 2 hours.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Mary's tickling the bear.
I'm trying to remember. I know it's in Arizona. There's a big Army depot. And I was driving by, and I didn't find out till years later. I saw all these trucks parked there, and they looked brand new. And they were brand new. There's 90 of them, I found out. Ordered by the military. The engineer that drew up the plans for International to make these things from the military made them 10 inches too wide to be able to drive on the highway. So they had no way to, once they were built, they couldn't drive them on a regular road, even with permits or anything. So that's not what they wanted. So they got these 90 very expensive trucks sitting there rotting.
And about all they could sell them to would be off-road loggers.
And then problem of shipping. They'd have to tear them down to get them out because they're too wide. You can't take them down the highway even on a trailer. They're just too wide. So it's like, what idiot?
Tax dollars at work.
Yep. Oh yeah. I remember as a kid seeing paperwork where a claw hammer was $400. So, What used to crack me up is going to the auctions and see new guys want to snap up all the Snap-on tools real cheap.
Yeah, they don't know.
And you go, one, those are built for military equipment, so they're too damn big, thick, and heavy to work on trucks and cars. And two, they don't have warranty, so if it breaks, you can't turn it in.
I want to. If you're in good with your Snap-on guy, they'll sell you the parts to fix them or just warranty them for you, because they don't know once they're not marked on the inside. But if you're not in good with the Snap-on guy, they won't want you.
What they used to do, they're always stamped with an M on the outside, which meant military. Plus, another thing they started doing, because they started losing too many tools, each mechanic in the Marine Corps would have his Social Security and his name stenciled on it. Once that guy was out, they would grind that off and put somebody else's name on there. So
they did that. They did that to my friend early 2000s, and I had learned how to decode a Social Security number. I came across something on how you decode a Social Security number, and we were using his tools or whatever, and it had his last four on there. And I said, "You understand that I can tell you your Social Security number based on your last four, right?"
Yeah.
What? And I explained to him how this part meant this part meant this, and that. And we were born in the same city, so it was real easy for me to extrapolate that for him. And I said, "Your Social Security number is blah 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 blah," because he had his last four on there. He's, "What?" He said, "No, you don't understand." He said, "I'm going to go in there and raise them." He says, "They're basically giving out my Social Security number," and you know, because that's just how it works. If I know where you were born and when, I can decode your Social Security number, and the last four are the only variable.
yeah,
So the fact that we were born in the same city or in the same year, I told him exactly what his Social Security number is.
yeah. Hi, Tom Kingery.
It is dispatched.
I gotta grab some more coffee. Ooh. What cat?
What happened to Mark? Hello, Tommy Kingery.
Don't know. I'm gonna find out. Actually, I think those. Oh, wait a minute. Power went out. Gray don't. Mark lost power. That sucks. Come on, phone.
Yeah, it's dispatched. If you're not sending in the proper amount of rigging money, he'll pull them quick. Oh, Jim Steele, I thought your Social Security number was 12. I didn't know you were that high. Maybe it was Mary's that was 12.
I thought it was BC 19. You know,
Number 3.
is it $50? What is $50 this month? Dispatch.
He's trying to figure out how much it's going to cost for him to keep his wrench on your channel. He can't keep a wrench on your channel for some reason.
Well, I'll give you one right. Give it back to you right now.
Yeah, you give it to him. You give it to him every week, but you keep taking it away. It's almost like
I don't know why it's going away. I don't take it away. There, you got a free wrench. What it's going to stick, can't tell you.
Don't come asking for another free one. The next one costs.
Yeah. And depending on whether it's on the third Saturday of the month. Here's my credit card number.
We had a guy on live chat screwing around with us on the Gold channel, and I was messing with him about giving his credit card number. He says, "What, that one?" And he just shows his credit card with his number. Everybody's all worried. I'm like, he's just gonna cancel it right away anyway. As soon as he's off, he's gonna cancel. But I had to get the notepad and do the. What are you doing? Oh, just write stuff down.
Yeah, I got one of those wallets so somebody can't scan my card. But even then, I got old ones on the outside of each side of the good one. So if it does accidentally get scanned, I'm not going to be able to use it. So.
Hang on just a second, Bill.
Huh? Oh. Nope. Business call. Junior Samville. Yeah, okay, Jim. Yeah, give me your credit card numbers, guy. I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. Didn't even know that, Marty. I was watching premieres. So I didn't realize people was losing power, and Martin's lost his. So, son of a gun.
Sorry about that.
Luckily not here, but I just got tornado siren warning, but it's not. I can't hear one around here, so it's got to be further away.
Hello,
I am.
man. John.
Stop that.
Yeah, Billy. For Saturday, you could set up. You can pull someone to be up there as much as you want. I know you could get Weigold up there with you.
Yeah, Rob
Weigold.
Weigold. Yeah,
He would join you and hang out. PA Patriot probably would if he's not going to be out gold hunting this weekend. He would hang out with you. You got options. I'll plan on being here. I don't know if I got your number to text you, but
I've got your number, so I can text you.
Just send me a text, Bill, and I'll save it if I don't already. I'll plan on being there, and I'll let you know if I can't, and you can arrange a secondary option. But I would definitely run it, because even if you got nobody to come up with you, designated, somebody will pop up. They always do.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello, Jason Miner. Need to get Georgiana up there with you. She could outpost the Saturday night.
Yeah. It's never happened.
It'll happen. She's been live on somebody's. I just don't know who.
Just sent you a text.
Okay.
No, I got to feed my cat. He's driving me nuts.
Yeah, I don't have you saved. I'll save it right now.
There you go, buddy. Yeah, Rob wants to spend a little time with Denise Saturday. I don't blame him.
Yeah, he said she was getting on his case for streaming a bit too much lately. He'd made that comment.
Yeah. So, nope, Georgiana has never been live.
Well, Georgiana, we got to get you up here. We got to create a new bad habit for you. You're already watching. You might as well be talking. It's way easier to talk than type.
It is. Don't have to put your glasses on. Nothing. You know.
Oh, I think it was Brewer Prospecting. Somebody was live one day, and he was in chatting, and then he just called in. And he's like, "I'm tired of typing. I'd rather just talk." Yeah, see, I knew you were live on something.
Was live on Captain Jack's Live in Michigan. Aha. The plot thickens. So you have been live.
No, I don't, Mystic. I don't have to watch what I say. I've tried watching what I say before, and it just doesn't seem like my style.
Yeah, it wouldn't be Zaxxon if he watched what he was saying. Okay, who wants in this time? Come on, Rocket. Come on, bud.
You know who I miss? I know he's got to be on here under another channel name because he was just on too much. Doctor Who. He was funny.
Oh yeah, he was hilarious. I liked him.
PA, hello.
Hi, Dan. How you doing?
We were just talking about you. I was volunteering you for some work.
What? Well, come up here. Hey, little buddy.
Yes, I know.
Hello.
Yeah, so obviously, since I was working on government equipment in a government yard, I had to let my 16-year-old drive one of their trucks. How often you get to drive a government semi truck in a government yard when you're 16 and you've never driven one before? It seems like a perfect place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Dan, Saturday night, I'm digging it back. Charlie and Rob. Rob's taking the night off. Charlie's not going to be back for a couple more weeks at least. So I'm going to do the show that night. Zaxxon's going to be there, but in case he runs out, maybe you'll volunteer to come up too. That's up to you.
Yeah, PA, you wanna step up on Saturday night just in case I can't be there, or even just to hang out. Period. Come on, Bills, and chat. Because he's gonna run Charlie's Saturday show because Rob and Charlie can't, and there's no need for me to. We appreciate that, PA. It keeps the laughs going.
Thanks, PA.
If anybody ever gets the chance to meet PA in person or plan on meeting up for him, they've got to make sure to harass him for some Philly cheesesteaks. His first job was making Philly cheesesteaks, so he's pretty good at it, and there's been no complaints expressed.
I expect you to show up with Philly cheesesteaks Saturday night, Dan.
No, do not show up eating a Philly cheesesteak on camera. That happens to be
He's got to ship some to us too, so we could all be up there.
That happens to be one of my more favorite foods, and I've never had a good one because I'm in California. So, no, definitely.
That's true. They don't know how to make it in California. You're right there.
They can do Phillies okay. They're not great, but they can do Phillies okay. They can't barbecue out here for crap. I don't care if the guy moves directly from Louisiana to California. He forgets how to barbecue somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. Well, that's like I've eaten pizza in New York, and New York pizza is awesome. In my hometown, 2 different places brought their shops from New York to Grass Valley, and they sucked. It's like, what happened in the transition here? You know? Because one was Pete's Pizza, which I knew from New York. Went, oh man, we got a Pete's. Went in, ordered pizza, and went, no, what the, this is not Pete's Pizza. So, and it was actually one of the cousins of the owner. So I don't know what the hell happened there.
I'm sure some penny pinching happened somewhere in the process.
And so far, outside of New York, Round Table Pizza is better than anything out here. I'll tell you that. From California, Round Table Pizza.
We don't have one.
Oh, you don't have one? Well, if you ever get a chance to eat at a Round Table Pizza, they're really good. In fact, we have them. We have a friend back in outside of Auburn, California. He'll go buy one, cut it up, shrink wrap it, mail it to us because it's still good 3 days later when it gets here. Because there's no really good pizza places here in Tennessee that I found. And there's a bunch of them here, and they're all mediocre.
I'm kind of adopting the the stance of, or I'm trying it when I go into a different place or something like that. Just walk up to the counter. What are you guys famous for? I did that at the Mad Greek over in Baker. You know, what are you guys famous for? Oh, the gyro. Give me one. You know, let them make whatever their supposed specialty is. Just take it, because that's probably going to be the best thing they make there. And I believe it was beef and lamb. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, ain't nothing worth the money out here, but that beef and lamb gyro was pretty good.
Dan says it's the rolls there. The rolls taste better, probably from all the iron in the ground. Who knows?
I saw that. Hello, J. Paul.
Hi, Paul.
Yeah, so I think I'm just going to start doing that whenever I go somewhere. You know, what are you guys famous for? Give me one of those. Because I'm not super picky on the foods I eat. I just prefer it be good. I don't care if you're famous for your goulash. If it's good goulash, give me a bowl. We got an Italian restaurant in town. Always advertises fresh made daily lasagna or whatever. They've tricked me 3 times when I've gone down there. That is not fresh. That is not made daily. And it's a step above Stouffer's at best.
Yeah. Ooh.
I mean, none of my family anywhere, my family, the wife's family, none of that have any kind of Italian descent or anything like that. And I guarantee you, every single one of them makes a better lasagna. Jay, if Rob shows up, it would be just about any time. He gets in around this time from trivia, but we don't know if he's coming tonight.
Actually, he's a little late tonight. Could be doing something. He said he's going to be here though. So.
I don't know. I know he'll stay away if we're talking politics, but maybe Philly cheesesteaks and pizzas got him on the fringe too. Those bastards.
No, but talking about food, Northern California, you find restaurants, they have the lumberjack special. It's a lot of food normally. And it's usually not very cheap. You're talking $20, well, $20 to $30 for a breakfast, but pancakes, eggs, bacon, ham, Well, I'm driving through Montana years ago, and I pull in this little hole in the wall town. It was only 125 people, and they had this little mom and pop restaurant. I go in and saw a lumberjack special, just ordered it without looking at all, was on it. They come out first with a plate of pancakes about this deep. And then 3 eggs, 6 strips of bacon, a big old chunk of ham, and a small steak with coffee, hash browns, and grits. $2.99.
Nice. I saw one. It was a YouTube short. I'm sure it's out of a movie. And these 2 guys go into a steakhouse or whatever, and this old crusty broad of a waitress, she comes up and she says, "What do you not want?" Or "What don't you want?" And they're sitting there like, "What?" She says, "What don't you want?" "What?" She says, "All we serve is steak with beans and a roll of green beans." She says, "So do you not want the roll or do you not want the green beans? What don't you want?" That's the kind of restaurant I like.
I can't remember what movie it was, but I think it was Billy Bob Thornton ordered it. He wanted toast. They go, "We don't serve toast." He goes,
I know what movie you're talking about, Bill.
"Okay, I'll take this chicken sandwich. Hold the chicken, hold the cheese, hold the mayo, toast the bread, and put butter on it."
I remember that scene. I think it is Billy Bob Thornton.
I don't think I've
It
seen
might
that.
have been Fargo.
I think it was before Fargo. You could be right,
Oh,
but
okay.
I just cracked up when he said, "Okay, I'll take the chicken sandwich. Hold this, toast it, put butter on it."
How you doing, Mr. Jackson?
I'm good, Rob.
And Rob, to let you know, we're doing the Saturday night show.
You too?
Yep. And
Okay.
maybe Patriot in case Zaxton's got to get called out on the job. So I have somebody there with me. So just set it all up and I'll do it.
Well, all he's really got to do is a shout out on his community page, and it goes over to you.
Yep.
Well,
Most-
Jackson has control of Saturday night also.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't
Yeah.
get to dictate what channel it goes to. I can't dictate over to. I have control on your channel and Charlie's channel. So technically, I could post a video to either one of you guys' channels if I wanted to, but
Oh,
Bill,
okay. So I have to open it up to you guys. As
no.
long as it's there in StreamYard, you can access it.
I mean, unless you want, you're wanting it streamed on your channel or Bill's channel?
Nope.
We're streaming it
I mean,
on Bill's channel.
Bill can set up just like he's doing tonight. Bill can set up a StreamYard on his channel tonight.
Yeah, that would be the easy option. That
Yeah,
way
he's
Bill
just got to give you the code to come on.
Yeah. Just like we do
That's
this
fine with
night.
me.
Yeah, as far as admin for the show, I have admins on channels, but I can only do things to their channels. It's not like I don't have admin on Bill's. I can't click on a comment or anything. I'm just a guest, which is fun.
Well, if you were in,
My hat does almost match my hair color.
if you go to my YouTube, I'd make you a managing moderator, Zach. So.
No, that a managing moderator doesn't have admin on your StreamYard.
Oh, okay.
Admin powers you have to add through your StreamYard. It's like Rob or Mark would be good people to add as your administrators. They could shut down the stream if they wanted. They can bring people up if they wanted. As we come up now, we're just guests. We can't highlight comments. We can't change people's volumes or mics or anything. But if you don't need it, you don't need it.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't. Zach's right. I can't do any of that on Bill's stream.
Oh yeah, we're neutered on this one. Bill has to do everything. Versus on our regular Saturday nights, everyone that's up there has admins, so we can all highlight channels. That's why you guys see us fighting over the highlighted comments. Sometimes, we're both 2 or 3 of us are clicking comments at the same time and all that. That's the only difference there, but you don't need it.
Well, Bill, I left the sheets in the car, but what a night tonight. It was only Denise and I. My buddy Steve and his wife were down in Sarasota. Their daughter wants to go to a college down there. The major she's in, it's only 1 of 2 schools that offers it in the state of Florida. She wants to do hotel management. And you would think that one of the top 2 tourist states in the country, that we would have a shitload of colleges offering hotel management and guest hospitality. But apparently only 2 colleges in Florida offer that as a major. And one of them is in Sarasota, which is about a 2.5-hour drive from here. So they went down there with her today to go check the college out.
So did you win tonight, Rob?
Well, let's put it this way, Zach. There was 19 teams. At round 7, we were tied for 7th place. And 3 out of the last 4 rounds, Denise and I got 15 out of 15. The last 3 out of 4 rounds. And we finished with 128 points, which was one of probably the 5 highest scores we've ever had. And we finished with 3 other teams in first place. And then Rob didn't go with his gut feeling. The final was not that hard. You guys, there's going to be a lot of people going for this one. Here was the grand finale. Are these 3 board games, these 3 classic board games, in the Toy Hall of Fame? Monopoly, The Game of Life, and Candyland.
And what was the last one?
Candyland.
Yeah, they're all in the.
Yeah, they all are. And I said no to the Game of Life. I just didn't know of anybody playing it since.
Here's the good thing about me not having admin on Bill's channel. I would have had to hit remove there. How do you say no?
I know. As a kid, I mean, it was so fun to spin that wheel and move the little cars. I know, but I just didn't know if anybody ever played it anymore.
But we're not talking about what's played now. We're talking about what's in the Board Game Hall of Fame. You have to think back to people who actually had enough time on their hands, no internet, to create a Board Game Hall of Fame. They used the crap out of that stuff.
So I put no to life, and it turned out to be yes for all 3, which he does a lot. When he does multiple choice, he does all yeses quite a bit. So anyway, 3 out of 4 of us first place teams missed it. 3 of us put no to Game of Life, so only one of the first place teams that was tied, they took first place because they bet all their points, and then 3 other teams that were behind.
Wait. You said no to the Game of Life as not.
At
Rob,
least
go out to your car. Rob, go out to your car. Turn on your windshield wipers and listen.
At least he didn't say no to Monopoly, Bill.
Oh, Monopoly. We didn't even after we turned in our scorecard, we didn't even check that because I knew Monopoly as probably the world's most played board game. I knew that was in there, and Candyland was just a classic for kids. I don't know. I just thought kind of maybe life had fell out of favor. I just
Everybody I ever knew growing up had the game of life.
I know, and I'll be honest with you, Bill. I still have mine in the closet at my house, in my master bedroom closet at my house.
Yeah.
I have the Game of Life. I have the Ten Commandments game where you move the little apostles around. My mom bought us that as kids, and I still have my original Trouble game with the
Well, let me put it this way, Rob. When it comes to board games, almost everybody in the house, other than me, is a gamer here. They play video games off and on. They have just as many board games as they do video games. Board games are still a big thing. People still love them. So.
Hi, Tom. How we doing, Tom Kingery? Hello, Grandma Kelly. Hello, PA. Chop Shop. How we doing, NorCal? Yeah, that one was on me. Denise was like, "Yeah, Denise." I said, "Honey, if you feel forcefully," but I mean, we got a lot of 15s tonight where we were just pulling them up way up out of the anal cavity. Let me tell you.
Are you that boring? No board games, no video games. Only kidding.
Yeah, Sorry's another classic game. Jason, how old are you? That's a game from the 60s and 70s, maybe even the 50s, the Game of Life. That's a good question. When was the Game of Life created?
I was 80s and I had a Game of Life.
Anybody play the game Risk? Remember that one?
Oh, Bill, we had some epic all-night Risk games.
Oh, yeah.
See, we used to play.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Game of Life was created back in 1860.
And Battleship, not the new electronic one, the original Battleship.
I still have my original Battleship, and I still have my original Risk board. And Bill, I was at a garage sale, and I found a Risk game that had, instead of having the plastic triangles, they had wood pieces, and I bought that because I knew that had to be old.
Oh, that was old. Yep.
Let me ask you guys this: how many of you guys played Fast Monopoly, where instead of wasting all the time going around buying the properties, you just shuffled them up and dealt them out like poker cards?
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, never actually played it that way.
It knocks like an hour or two off of the game.
Oh, I'm sure it does. I mean, but I remember games where you played Game of Life or you played Monopoly for hours, and then somebody had to go, and you put the game under the sofa, under the cushion or under the coffee table, and you guys picked up the Monopoly game on another day.
Yep.
But yeah, but I'll tell you something. You try and get 3 adult guys or 4 adult guys now for an evening to play a game of Risk, and it's like trying to schedule a coordination for a NASA space launch. I'm telling you, you try and get 4 guys together to play a night of Risk.
Oh, yeah. That's I remember we used to have Friday night weekly poker games.
Yeah,
Bill,
we played poker. We played poker probably for 20 years on a weekly basis. We rotated between 3 guys' houses. Would you try calling those 3 or 4 guys up now and get a poker game going? No. See, and Mystic, that's the one thing I've never, ever played in my life, and I'm gonna surprise you. I have never played Dungeons and Dragons. That's funny, Dispatch.
Yeah, I read that one.
There you go, Diana. That's a great night.
Dispatch detective. Monopoly taught me that banks are bad. My sister was always the bank and always won.
Howdy, Olivia Huff. Welcome.
Yeah.
Now, is Dungeons and Dragons a board game?
Yes. But that's a niche board game. I mean, you got to really be into it. I mean, I worked with people that played it. I never played it.
Oh, I know. I'm assuming it's still popular, but I mean, for a while there, Dungeons and Dragons was like, I mean, didn't they play those like at comic book stores, and you had like you could go to like storefronts that you had like Dungeons and
Oh,
Dragons.
it went beyond that. They had big. You could go all year, and they would have teams, and the teams would get rid of each other, and they had a big thing every year. We'd go up and whoever top dog in Dungeons and Dragons. But I worked in this restaurant right when I remember when it first came out. There's this group of women Christians, and oh man, they slammed that. They were actually picketing the only store that sold Dungeons and Dragons in my town because that's from the devil. We're looking at each other. It's a
Bill,
board game.
I know some Christian churches that don't want their members' kids watching Harry Potter movies because they use the word because they have the word witches in them.
You think Harry Potter is bad? Some of these people ought to sit down and actually see what's involved in an episode of SpongeBob SquarePants. I'm dead serious. You look at that stupid little sponge thing and you're like, oh yeah, it's okay. When you actually get so bored that you sit down and you're just hanging out in your room and you're watching what they're seeing on TV, you're like, what in the hell?
Yeah. See, Dispatch is saying in the 80s, every corner store sold the multiple pack dices for Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dirt Devil says Dungeons and Dragons still has big gatherings.
Ouija board is from the devil, says Diana.
Hello, Tom Rowley. See, I never had much time to do that. I've always been an early person, so by the time it was by the time it was time to sit down and do some games or something, I was ready for bed.
Now James Miner says you couldn't keep me in the house when I was a kid. Yeah, we weren't in the house at all. We played Army Man, and you strapped on your little Army Man gun belt with your plastic 45 and your little plastic Army helmet and your Johnny Lightning gun with the plastic bullets and the little grenade launcher on it. I mean, we could get 6 or 8 kid guys with 2 teams, and we could be spread out across 4-block neighborhood. You could not find another team member for another half hour, 45 minutes if they were hiding it. And we were gone all day, and your mother called you in for iced tea or dinner at the evening, and nobody worried about anybody missing.
Oh, Rob, you did the mild Army Man. The stores in our town loved us. We used pellet guns and firecrackers.
No, we never used pellet guns. I didn't get a BB gun until I was 9 or 10.
We ended up having to go and buy more of them because we blew them up.
So you guys grew up in the time of the parental PA systems. The person on the very end starts out, "Time to come home." 20 houses down, "Time to come home." It's just a little relay all the way down. Everybody knows.
I grew up in the time. Get out of the house and don't come back till it's dark.
No, she didn't kick us out, but we were out, and my mom made the best iced tea. She used half iced tea, and then she used a lemon iced tea, and so all the kids would come to my house for iced tea.
Yeah, I grew up in the days when
Evening, Wayne.
in California, an 11-year-old can go get a hunting license and go hunting. And there was mom and pop stores in every neighborhood. So you go in, I had a paper route. The last mom and pop store in my route was where I go in, and right behind the owner's checkout counter, there was a candy rack. And right next to the candy rack was fishing gear and 22 shells. 12 years old, go up, pay for the 22 shells, walk across the street in the field and go rabbit hunting.
You know, Dirt Devil, that's funny you said that because I'd forgotten that, but that was the rule. You better be home. Maybe not before the light came on, but within a few minutes of that street light coming on, you better have your ass home. I forgot about that, Dirt Devil, but you were exactly right. That was like the limit to come home for dinner was when the street lights came on.
See, I was a little more feral. I would occasionally disappear for a day or two at a time. And
Mary, you're so funny.
And I got away with it. You know, if I was gone 3 days, he would get pissed. You know, where the hell have you been? Call, check in, something. But if I just didn't come home one night, he didn't worry.
Oh, and for everybody that was in the Saturday night stream and the Sunday stream, that's wondering because it really hasn't been put out post. We were all worried about Adam from AEW Main Adventures. He was missing, and there was a police flyer out for me reported missing to the police. Adam is fine, and he had a little we had a little dispute at home, and he decided to get in his car and go for a drive. And he didn't have any internet, and but Shane got a hold of him with a text message. He answered, and the next day or 2 days later, he showed up at Rob's, mainly dirt fishing's house, and he is good, safe, well, and up there with his buddy Rob. And we are very happy to report for once that all's well that ends well.
Well,
But
that's
yet,
good.
everybody's saying the same thing. When the street lights came on, that was the time to be home. Yep, I didn't have a Red Ryder, Wayne. I had just the regular Daisy BB gun with you unscrewed the end barrel and put them all in the spring loaded.
Oh, I had a Red Ryder going up, and
Riley.
my friend had a pump up BB gun. That was an unfair advantage.
My second or third BB gun was a pump up. It was a Cross. Your original cock gun was the Daisy, and then you moved up to the Cross BB gun with that pump lever. That's right.
And you made sure before you entered the BB gun war, if you were going to a particular friend's house where you knew it would happen, you made sure and put some 3-in-1 oil in that pump to give it that extra seal. You're nice and slick, and it would pump really fast. So you'd have a three pump rule. Jason Miner remembers this. You'd have a 3-pump rule or a 4-pump rule. 3 pumps max. Because nobody really wants to dig babies out of their arms, which we all did. Three pumps max, and you knew when they pumped it a few more than 3 times.
Yeah, I had a share.
I can't keep digging. I can't say we were in bed before dark. George Ann says we had a whistle that went off at 9:45, and we were 15 to get home. And Jim Steele says my mom rang a bell for supper, and that's still down in the front yard. The first police department I ever worked at, the old timers were telling me back in the 50s and 60s, before they had in-car radios, they had a big Liberty Bell out at the front of the police station, and if it was after hours to where the police station wasn't manned, you could go there and ring that huge bell, and the 1 or 2 officers that were on at midnights, because this was pre-air conditioning cars, they always had their windows open in the summer because it was hot, and they could hear that bell when they would drive back to the police station, and they would take the report. Yep, that's how ancient I am.
Hi, Drew. I worked for a guy in town. He's gone now, but he lived in my town for like 70 years or something like that. In the 50s, he was an ambulance driver when they were using the station wagons. And
Sure.
He says, and I was talking to him, he was explaining to me how it worked back then. He's a 24/7 ambulance driver, and his paramedic was over there or whatever. So if he wanted to go somewhere, he would call the ambulance company. He would be like, "Hey, I'm going to Stater Brothers." Okay. And he would drive to Stater Brothers, and they're doing their grocery shopping or whatever. And if a call came in, they would call the store. The store would go tell him. He would take off hauling out of there in the ambulance, and the ambulance company also owned the taxi company, so they would send a taxi to go give his wife a ride home. That was how they communicated.
Our town did the same
back then. I mean, as a kid, we always all carried a dime in our pocket in case you had to call home for something. Evening, Drew. You know what's funny, Danny boy, is I'm right-handed. I throw right-handed. I golf right-handed. I'm a right-handed guy, right-handed. But when it comes to shooting a rifle and a shotgun, I shoot a rifle and a shotgun left-handed. It just comes up left-handed. And I'm much better left-handed.
I had a friend, Jim, he's dead now, but he was left-handed, but he always, everything he did was left-handed except for shooting. He did it right-handed.
Yeah, I don't know why, Bill. It just comes up natural in the left hand. Wow, dinner ready when you got off the school bus.
My dad used to make my mom have dinner ready when he got home, which was 4:30 or 5. He would eat, watch like a half-hour TV show, and he was in bed by 6. So we were just back up to doing whatever we wanted.
Well, yeah, my dad got home from work around 5:30. Dinner had to be on the table at 6. At 6:30, when dinner was over, he always watched the nightly news with Walter Cronkite. And that's why I still watch the nightly news at 6:30, because that's been a tradition since I was old enough to remember television. 6 to 6:30 was dinner, and then 6:30 was the nightly evening news with Walter Cronkite. And the first stories I remember as a little kid was leading off with something going on in the Vietnam War.
Hey, you guys want to hear a funny one? My dad got home one night and he bitch / griped or complained to my mom. He says, "Why do we have to have meat every night?" And she says, "So okay, I didn't say anything." She says, "The next night when he got home, I had an entire plate of vegetables cooked in different ways, different vegetables." And she says he sat down for his dinner and I gave it to him and he just looked at it. She says he didn't say a word. He sat there and ate his entire plate of vegetables. Had dinner again.
Oh, we were up all by 4:30, so we went to bed early. My mom used right-hand scissors because we didn't have left-hand scissors in a small town. Wow. Yeah, there's a difference between left-handed and right-handed pinking shears and cutting shears. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my brother's one of those left-handed weirdos. Everything's harder for them.
I didn't realize it, but Charlie's left-handed.
My brother's
Well,
left-handed.
he's a weirdo, so
That explains a whole lot.
it does. I want you to know he called me day before yesterday. He sounded so much better.
Yeah, I talked to him Sunday or something like that.
I mean, he's still working his ass off, but he sounds a lot better.
Yeah.
So hopefully he'll be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel soon.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I remember my parents. There were two major events when I was a little kid that my parents sat us down in front of the television for historical events.
Good night, Wayne.
One was obviously the moon landing, and two was President Nixon's resignation speech when President Nixon resigned and
Leanne?
the White House.
Later
We
outdoors.
resemble that remark.
Those were in the 1960s when I was like not even 8 or 9 years old. Those were the two big things my parents sat us down for.
Well, almost every night when we had dinner, this is the 80s, almost every night when we had dinner, because we were never a table family, we were in front of the TV. My dad's show was Love Boat. He liked to watch Love Boat every night. That was his last show before bed. But when we grew up, we had a macaw. You guys know what a macaw is? Big old talking bird. We had a macaw that was my dad's. It had attached itself to my dad. So the macaw had free reign of its cage in the house. It could do whatever it wanted besides chew crap up. And so anytime he was home, it would come down and sit next to him, and it would sit on his leg and eat off his plate. And that was the dinner, is sitting there eating with his birds. And we always had at least 3 Dobermans running around, usually big ones. And the Dobermans learned real quick not to mess with the macaw. You didn't even have to do anything to them. Just a bird gets a hold of them once. They don't touch. They have no longer have an interest to mess with the bird. Fantasy Island right after. I don't remember that. I was too young.
Does anybody remember the lawn jarts?
Oh, yeah.
Not
Yeah.
jarts.
Yeah, good luck
Rob?
finding those.
It's funny you mentioned that. I watched a guy's video today on YouTube. He's going to a yard sale and he walked up, still in the box. He got them for $2.
Oh my God, they're going for huge money. Huge money.
I know. He told the people, he goes, "These are going to sit on my shelf," because he sells on eBay, so he can't sell them. And he goes, "They're illegal to sell." So he goes, "They're going to sit on a shelf in my barn." I went, original box. It was almost pristine. I'm going, damn, for $2.
Here they are, Bill.
Yep.
That's
Jar.
the set in the box me and my sister had.
Yep.
And I can't tell you how many times that my sister and I in the backyard would just throw those up straight up in the air. I mean,
Okay,
just
Rob,
straight up in the air.
this guy had bought the older version. The rings were smaller. The darts were the same size, but the rings were smaller, came in a smaller box. So he got the first year they were made for $2.
Hold on, too. Yeah, those would be on Marketplace or Craigslist faster than you could believe.
You can't sell them on Craigslist.
Want to bet?
Well, I know you can't sell them on
They're
eBay.
illegal. it's a law. You cannot. The only way you have to be a licensed collector to be able to buy them. That you're not going to use them. They consider them that dangerous. So if you're caught, it's a big
there's
fine.
a link. There's a link to Jarts on eBay, and then you go there, and it's another product. It's not Jarts.
Yeah.
Because
Jan says she has 2 sets of those metal jarts.
because they're
Oh,
quite
I
things
think
you have-
mine are somewhere.
Well, Georgianne, if you ever want to get rid of those, you wouldn't have much of a problem.
Oh yeah, not
Yeah,
at all.
they sell them. They sell them at auctions now.
Yeah, if you can find ones where the wrapper's still in the box, those go for like $15,000.
What's a moon shoe? Is that those shoes that have the springs on the bottom?
Yeah.
The ankle breakers?
Yep.
I had a set of those when I was little.
I'm on an auction site, but they won't show you the price they sold for unless you sign up to be a member of the auction price.
And then there was the Easy Bake Oven. that
Oh
many
yeah,
little
he's had
girls
an easy
got.
bake oven. She used that thing all the time.
And I can't remember what it's called. You had the little tray heater. You put trays and pour the plastic in and bake stuff on that. Guys make, monsters and stuff. Those got like 600-700 degrees.
Yeah.
I don't remember ever burning myself on it.
Well, you always had the science kits. You could do
Yeah.
interesting stuff with the science kits.
Oh, if you can get the original ones, you can make black powder and other stuff.
Light Bright, I had Light Brights.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times we played Jarts. I mean, Jarts kept us busy forever. A full set, depending on what company made them in the box, can bring as much as 300 to 500.
Back when you really had to pay attention to the game or you weren't going to make it.
Yeah. I forgot though. I'd forgotten that they were called Jarts, but several different companies made them.
Yeah.
The Jarts missile game. They even called it the missile game. That's hilarious. An outdoor game for the whole family. Yeah.
Oh, Wendy
Wow.
uses the Easy Bake Oven now. She's too short to reach the stove. Creepy crawlers. That's it, Marty. You made creepy crawlers.
Yep. Shrinky Dinks. Denise did Shrinky Dinks too. Light Bright. Yep. Remember Light Bright? Yeah. I don't know too many girls that didn't have an Easy Bake Oven. You want to know something else, Bill, that I'm probably going to be doing a video on soon? I have somewhere in my house, in my garage, I have all my original GI Joes.
Really?
I have one that's got the hard wooden foot locker with the
Mhm.
rope edge handles, and then the other one's
Yep.
the cardboard foot locker. But I've got 2 foot lockers, one wood and one cardboard, and I've got 3 or 4 GI Joes. The old original tall ones. I've got the firefighter suit. I've got a Navy suit. But the firefighter is the one with the whole the silver crinkle stuff with the mask like they wore on the ships. And I've got the plastic three-stand machine gun, the 50 cal machine gun. I got all kind of cool. I'm gonna make a video on that one of these days.
Wait a
You know,
minute.
Rob, you know,
Jay
Robbie,
Paul says, I was afraid of a friend's daughter's human-sized Barbie. I was a weird kid, though. I talked to it. Yeah.
see, Rob, that tells me a lot about you because commonly, as a rite of passage with your GI Joes and especially your little bucket of soldiers, army men, once you figured out how to burn/blow things up, those
They were gone.
I blew up the little green army men, and I shot them with BBs. When we started playing army men, I shot the army men with BB guns, but I never blew up my GI Joes.
See,
And you want to know something? The reason that the G.I. Joe in Toy Story is you got all the original toys. You got Slinky. You got a lot of original toys in Toy Story. G.I. Joe screwed up. I was going to use the F word. G.I. Joe screwed up big time and would not let Toy Story use their name. So you had Combat Carl instead of G.I. Joe. You realize how much advertising G.I. Joe could have got out of just being in Toy Story?
They don't.
Rob, I'm a little older than you, so it's like before GI Joes, they had like sets. You could get Civil War sets and World War I sets and stuff in those.
Who else is over there playing Civil War G.I. Joe?
But the cannons in those sets were cast iron rather than plastic, even though soldiers were. Well, my friend had the World War I set and had the spring backing on the cannons. You could put finishing nails in and shoot them out of it. So his mom comes home. We're on the living room floor shooting nails at each other. She went freaking ballistic on us.
I had, when we moved to Florida, my desk, and I remember finding these when eBay first started. I had one of the little Czech cereals, had the plastic aircraft carrier that you got in cereal boxes. It was about this long, and it came with 3 or 4 little teeny jet planes that you hooked up a rubber band. I'm going to find a picture of that. When eBay came around, I sold those on eBay for big bucks.
You know, one of the toys I had the funnest when I was younger. My dad taught us about pea shooters, and basically we could go get one of those screw top water bottles for $1, and we would get a bag of small white peas, fit the best, and you just stick the straw in the bottle full of peas, and it'll pick up a couple, and you can suck them in your mouth, and then you just go around shooting indiscriminately. Oh man, those on a bicycle, you were destined for trouble.
And I mean, and we all put our baseball cards in our spiked wheel, our wheel spokes. I mean,
That's something I never had.
I never saved my baseball cards. They went into my wheel.
Let's see if I can find it now.
Back in just a second.
Wow, Bill, I'm having trouble finding a picture of this aircraft carrier.
Oh, I can understand that. I'm trying to find something. I don't think I'm going to find it.
Oh my God, there it is, unassembled, Bill. Holy smokes. Look at this.
You found it.
That's it.
Cool.
That's it right there, unassembled. You had 2 little jets with it, and then this had a little hook, and you see where you assembled your rubber band to it, and you push this off the back end, and it shot your 2 little planes off. That's it right there. Rare 1960s Czech serial aircraft carrier with catapult. Oh my gosh, I've got to buy that. Oh my gosh. Now I got to go to eBay to see what that's selling for. Wow, it's at Worth Point Auction House. That's a big name auction house. I don't even want to know what that goes for.
It ain't cheap then.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if I want to know what that goes for. I'm telling you, this retro 1960s stuff is huge right now.
Oh yeah. I'm looking at remote control tanks, and these are just small ones. I had one that was like 3 feet long and shot ping pong balls when I was a kid. But I'm looking at the stamped steel ones out of Japan from the 60s. And those are going anywhere from $400 to $800 for a remote control tank, have wired remote. It's like, wow.
Yep, erector sets, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Lincoln Logs. How many hours did you spend playing with Lincoln Logs? And farm sets. I'd use the Lincoln Logs, and my sister would have the farm set with the little plastic fences with the farm animals. You built little fences, put around the log house. Oh my God, my sister and I just spent hours playing on the floor with that stuff. Yeah, slingshot with marbles. We used to we'd set our army men up, Bill, and we'd knock them down with we'd do rubber band army man devices. Bill, I'm going to find this stuff and I'm going to bring it here one time.
Ah, here it is. Okay, it was 2 feet long. Okay, I was wondering. That's what it was. Yeah, I had a Tiger Joe tank. It could shoot small ping pong balls or plastic shells. I remember that thing.
Denise is hearing us talk about the Easy Bake Oven. My brother was a shithead. I had an Easy Bake Oven, and when I made stuff and let it cool on the counter, he would swoop in when I was outside the room and eat all my stuff and just laugh. Yep, that sounds like our brother. Wow, Bill, there's not one of them on eBay. Bill, did I tell you that Howard, the president of my metal detecting club, he found on a property that a permission we got in Dunedin, he found a Tootsie Toy battleship.
Oh, wow.
That's the first and only one of them I've ever seen. And look what that's going for, Bill. $50. That's the one he found right there.
Wow.
They don't have a picture where it says Tootsie Toy though. Yep, there it is. Tootsie Toy made in the United States of America. Boom. Oh, it even came with little reels so you could roll it, Bill.
Okay. I'm going to show you guys here if I can share it. This is it. Whoops.
Tiger Joe tank from Deluxe.
I had one.
You had one of these, Bill?
Yep.
This is Tiger Joe. Gigantic.
Christ, look at the size of that.
Yeah, it was over 2 feet long.
Operator, machine gunner. Tiger Joe. Rugged. Powerful. Ready for battle. You command Tiger Joe with remote control. Stop. Back.
1961.
You breech load Tiger Joe and fire. Battery powered. The biggest tank of all.
Batteries not included.
And food markets only.
That is wild, Bill. All right, I'm going to look how much those are going for.
I don't even know if you could find one. They were sold, like I said, sold at food marts only. I remember my dad got me that for my birthday that year. Also had Davy Crockett rifles. They had little cork balls, and when you put the regular roll of caps in them, it would actually shoot the cork ball out of the barrel.
I got a guy I used to work for. He used to get in so much trouble when he was a kid. His parents took away his BBs for his BB gun for being bad. He figured out he could use little China berries in the BB gun and shoot the China berries.
Oh wow, Bill, there's one here with a box. The box is in poor shape, but oh wow, they've got it for $28, Bill.
What, a Tiger?
Yeah, look at that.
Wow.
There's your forward and reverse, and look at it's motorized with remote control.
Yeah. Wow. Is that on eBay?
It's in an auction house. Let me see where. Never heard of this place.
Leanne Crawford is talking about a game she had, and Georgianne knows about it, where they it was basically a dating game for little girls.
What was that called?
Mystery Date.
Ah, I remember Mystery Date. My sister probably had Mystery Date. Wow, Bill, did you see me show that aircraft carrier, Bill, when you were gone?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was watching that, Rob.
There's one of those on the internet, Bill. That's it. Wow.
They got a Tiger Joe tank on eBay, $295. Parts of one, $160 plus $100 shipping.
My first thing I ever sold, one of my first things I ever sold on eBay in 97 and 98, when eBay, we still had to get on with AOL dial-up, I sold my original 1960s Batman Pez with the blue cape. Now, I didn't have the one with the black cape. That was one of the big bucks. But I sold my blue Pez with the cape because hardly anybody's Pez had the cape. And back then, Bill, I got over $70 for it.
Wow.
Wow.
Danny Mousetrap. That was a
Yep,
great.
I remember Mousetrap. Yep. Yeah, baby boomers want to go down nostalgia way now. They're paying.
You're technically a baby boomer, right, Rob?
Yes, I am.
How does it make you feel that you stream on a regular basis with a millennial?
It makes me feel freaking old.
Georgianne, we played King of the Hill too. We always came out scratched and bruised because all our hills have rocks, but we played King of the Hill.
Yep, Leanne, I didn't have Pong, but my best friend growing up in high school, Frank, he had a Pong game and go over his house, and I mean for hours the two of us could play. They were just the two rectangle paddles and a square white ball. And I'm telling you, we thought we were the cat's meow playing that very first video game.
Oh, you were.
We were. I mean, we were it.
The reality is, if you were at his house, that's probably why you were his friend. I'm not going to be mean to Jeff. He's got a Pog game.
Absolutely.
No, and I always played different. You guys remember playing quarters in school? Or I don't know what you played with, pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, anything like that. We used to play quarters in school. 2 games, flipping them and sliding them, see who can get the closest to the wall. Basically, kid gambling. We took 2 quarters and sanded them down to where they were half size and glued them together. We got away with that for a while till they figured out they sounded different.
I remember being as a little kid, like 8 or 9, pitching pennies.
Yeah.
up against the wall and the closest one to the wall. And if you got a wiener, you won. But I mean, I imagine my first pennies that I pitched pennies with were mostly all Wheaties.
Probably.
Hey, Rob. Remember I won Shane's first duck race or whatever it was? Well, the mystery coin is a 74 Eisenhower plain clad, not a silver. But the nice thing is when I turn around, the eagle's upside down. So it's 180 out.
Flip that around again, Bill.
So it's an error.
Holy shit, that's worth some serious money.
I haven't looked it up, but I figured what the planes are worth more than the S's or D clad because they didn't make that many. Apparently, I did look that up. But yeah, when I pulled this out and turned around, whoa, the eagle's exactly 180 out. That's got to be worth something.
And what year is that one, Bill?
74. Hi, Jeff. The D's in plain were clad. The S's, most of the S's were silver proofs, but not all of them.
Could be interesting, Bill.
That's very interesting, Bill.
Hello, Buckle Boy.
Because all I saw when I started to look at Bear and I didn't see anything about the obverse being upside down. I think there was double die or shifted die or something, but nothing else. But I didn't really delve into it.
I just read a quick one on it. They were talking about rotation is not common, but happens. They're talking about the more rotation it is, the more value it is, and all that. So
yeah, that I do know. And this one's exactly 180 out. It's upside down, so that makes it worth more. Apparently. Hi, Buckle Boy.
now you got Rob looking. You struck up the coin guy.
He'll find it. I know he will.
I personally think that's going to be a really, really, really rare find.
Well, like I said, that's what I'm thinking because it didn't even talk about that in the error section that I looked at. Of course, I only looked at one site, so doesn't even show it. So it's got to be really uncommon.
Rob, J. Paul is asking if you got his sticker pack mailed out from last week. I wouldn't have mentioned it, but I know that's at least the second time you asked. Hello, Mally Man. Isn't Mally Man a coin guy? Wouldn't he know?
I don't know if you know or not.
Hey, Paul, I mailed that out on 7-Eleven.
I know who would know, though.
Mikey.
Rob Michael would know, if anybody, because Eisenhower dollars are his thing.
Mailed out J. Paul, TAL, mailed out 7-Eleven.
There you go. Mally Man, he has a 76 Eisenhower.
74.
Bill, put that back up. Is Mally Man here?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mally
he's
Man.
here.
I think
Bill,
he's
take a look. Mike, take a look at this. There's a 74 Eisenhower.
Plain, clad, but on the opposite side, the eagle's upside down, 180 out of rotation.
Well, no, Bill. American coins flip upside down.
You sure?
Yeah, Bill. Yeah, Bill. American coins flip upside down. Canadian coins are the same way.
Oh, you're right. That's right.
Christ, give me a heart attack there, Bill.
Just say it's a Canadian Eisenhower, Bill.
That's with the Eagles. Yeah, they are upside down with the eagle. I thought it was I'm looking at so much news stuff where they're state quarters and they're always right side up, both sides. And I haven't seen an Eisenhower dollar in years except for that one. So.
What year are silver's quarter? All quarters are silver, Grandma Kelly, up to 1964. Starting in 1965, they're clad.
I've gotten 64 quarters that looked clad. They've had that line in them.
The important thing is if you find a 65 or 66 that's silver, that's your big find.
Yeah.
Oh no, Mary, I owe you that. That's from Bill's Tuesday night, 2 nights ago. 7-9. Yeah, no, I owe you that, Mary. I haven't got that out yet. I will get that started right now, Mary.
Hello, Looter 8.
Hi, Frank.
And hello, Marty. We're good. Just enjoying another night, Looter.
Mary says she sent her address on Facebook Messenger.
All right, perfect. I'll go there right now.
Hello, Captain Vic. So that looked like a pretty good hunt you were on yesterday, Rob.
Oh, the one that Troy and I did?
Yeah.
That was a super fun day. That 94-year-old lady was an absolute trip. When I went to film her and she started waving like this, I was like, "What are you doing?" She goes, "Oh, I'm waving like this to push back all the paparazzi." I thought Troy and I were going to freaking die. And then when she came out and kind of sat there on the edge of her walker, and a bunch of neighbors came by or came out of their house, and they saw 2 guys in the front yard they'd never seen. 3 different neighbors came over and made sure that we weren't taking advantage of her, and they wanted to find out exactly what we were doing. And then one of them was in charge of the neighbor's house next door, and they gave us permission to use the neighbor's yard. Have a good night, James.
Later, Jason.
Hey, Captain Vic, good evening.
Top shoveling will do that to you.
Oh, I had to find my water tank today with a backhoe, but lots of shoveling by hand. That sounds like a lot of work. Good evening, Luteraid. Howdy, Frank. All right, let's go to.
Wow. BC Treasure Tales. Hi, Jason. Yeah, you're always lurking.
Hello, BC. Isn't he up in Canada? So neighbors like a day by horse or something like that?
Who, Jason?
Yeah.
He's so far north they have sled dogs.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
And you talk about shipping to Canada being expensive. Ship to Jason. That's expensive.
If you can keep it unannounced, global first class postage stamp.
Yep, $1.65. Best deal going out there right now.
Especially the way the U.S. Post Office does it, because I shipped to them. It made it all the way to northern Alaska, then shipped back to L.A., then shipped up to Jason.
Oh, the thing is with these global first class stamps, I've had packages or letters or whatever get to Canada, or not Canada, Britain faster than they've gotten across the country.
Oh, yeah.
I
That's
have
weird because everything, Mary, I got it. Everything I send up to Canada seems to take forever.
even on your global
They're
stamp.
starting to do across the whole country what they did. They started in my town in Grass Valley, Northern California. In my town, if you took a letter to the post office Monday through Friday, it got shipped to Sacramento, canceled in Sacramento, and shipped back. So it would take 3 days for that same letter to get out of town. If you took it to one of the little towns around the area with the dinky post office, they hand canceled and shipped it out the same day.
Yep.
They did that for years. Now a lot of places, they smaller towns, cities, gather older mail up, ship it out to a larger town to have it canceled, then ship it back to the town it came from, then ship it out. That's why it takes so long.
Bad Idea says tomorrow night on the Guardians Live, he's doing an auction to help Manly. I'm assuming Manly dirt fishing.
Oh,
Crazy Bad Mercury, Manly dirt fishing lost his son.
Son, yeah.
last month.
Yeah, that was a real shame.
yep. I think Wrench Repairs is on that too. Is in on that too, from what I saw.
On Manly's?
He was doing something. I know Wrench Repairs, but I can't remember. He's doing it for mainly.
I didn't hear about that one. I don't think I'll be there, but I didn't hear about that one.
I'm not positive it was him, but I thought I saw it was his channel. Somebody.
What the hell did I do with those other stickers? Excuse me a second.
They're right there, Rob. No, Rob, corner of the table. They're on the corner of the table. We can see them right there, behind you.
Yeah, that's the square one. I'm looking at the round one.
Don't get him confused, Jackson. He'll be there for 3 days trying to find him.
Yeah, I guess we're making a beach trip tomorrow.
Beach trip, huh?
Yeah.
Salton Sea?
No, Crescent Bay.
Oh, Crescent Bay. Go to Salton Sea and see all the dead fish washed up on shore.
That place is horrible.
I know.
From what I hear from some people, it wasn't even that nice back when it was nice, but it was.
It was okay, but it wasn't nice.
I think
That's a
overall,
double score, Williamie. Triple score is a little bit better, and right now a great price for $479. You get the pro package.
well, somebody up here posted that MindLab, Mystic Librarian posted that MindLab had a live stream that they're replacing all the Knox coil electronics for better performance.
Hmm.
Oh, rough, you-
Mind Lab had the live stream?
something like that.
I'll have to look that up because I'm subscribed to their channel. So
He said Calabash Digger.
Calabash.
Yeah, that little feud between him and Adventure Archaeology right now. I'm just rolling on the floor.
Oh. Not that I care, but I wouldn't even give him the view.
All right, Mary, yours is done and going out tomorrow, ma'am.
Rob, I think you should probably repackage that letter you just licked. You got to remember, you're sending this to Mary, and a drop of saliva, I believe, can be used for a voodoo doll. Possibly use a wet sponge.
Oh. All right, let me get my red pen for my red check that it's been mailed.
Yep, see, she's already excited. Oh boy, now I'll have Rob's DNA. She got a hair out of the last letter. Rob, you should be really careful.
All right, Mary, there you go. Look at that. Another thing done while we're sitting here, guys. Boom.
Yeah, Williamie, I have to double score, and I really like it. It's a good machine.
Well, Bill, do you want me to organize a race before we go?
Sure, Rob. What's up for grabs?
Oh, I don't know. We'll come up with some kind of silver.
back in just a second.
Oh, sorry, Yodi, that's terrible.
Alrighty, folks, if you're here but you haven't made a comment in a few minutes, please make a comment so I can put you on so you'll show up in the participants list.
Hi, Papa. Sorry I didn't say. I saw you earlier. I'm sorry I didn't say hi then.
Evening,
How
Papa.
you doing? Captain Vic, hello. Hi, Gregory. I think I said hi to you earlier. We were talking so much. Sorry about that. 22 great people in the house right now, which is really good because people with earlier streams never even hit the 20 mark. Everybody's out doing stuff in this ridiculous heat. Most of them are
Yeah, Bill,
smart.
I went to Clearwater Beach, Bill, 2 nights ago. I was in the water for 2 hours. I could have stayed in the water all night, Bill. It's just when you're chest deep and neck deep in the water, it was pitch dark out there in the water except for my little headlamp, and I was neck deep. It was like there was another soul in Clearwater Beach. It was like the last man on earth. And I thought, I could stay in this beach. I could stay in this water all night. I'm in zero pain. I had a Sprite in my backpack. I was like, I could get out there, and I was like, I haven't been out here that long, and I pulled my phone out. I had in a waterproof bag, and I looked and it said 10:57. And the last time I was there after 11, Clearwater Police came by and put a ticket on my window for the one lot that they're now enforcing. They never used to enforce it. We could park till 2, 3, 4 in the morning. They didn't care. Well, now they're enforcing it. So I had to get out of the water and hobble back up to my car. And luckily there wasn't a ticket. But I could have stayed in that water for hours.
Yeah.
2 hours.
Hi, Jeremy.
Four coins, and that was it. Evening, Jeremy.
Oh, yeah, I know. When you got aches and pains and joints and you get in the water, they all go away.
It's just great. It's just great. Yeah. Joe, that's awesome for tomorrow that you're doing that.
Yeah. Jay Paul was detecting a few minutes before I went live, and he said he found some stuff. Yep, salt water heals a lot of pain. Yes, it does.
Yeah, Yodi, there's just been too much death going on lately, Yodi.
Unless you happen to have a sunburn when you get in it. My brother made that mistake one year at the Santa Cruz Boardwalk. Laid out there for 3 hours, got sunburned, and jumped in the water to cool off. He came out screaming.
Well, Bill, we're up to 24 now.
Sweet.
Hello, Ronnie.
Oh, Jeremy's going to be going live from Myrtle Beach this weekend, he says.
Nice.
Have to watch for that. Yeah, salt makes the sunburn worse. Sure does, Larry. My brother found that out real quick. Of course, he's the same guy that saw some eyes in the crack in a rock at Fort Bragg, stuck his hand in there. And true to our last name, he came out with a crab on his hand, screaming bloody murder. So.
I've only had sunburn a couple hundred times. I've rarely used sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a couple hundred times. That sounds like me, Zach.
Well, it was funny when I worked in the woods running a chainsaw. I never got sunburned once because you're throwing that sawdust and that oil off the bar all over you. You never get sunburned.
I work for this old lady that she calls herself Granny. She works with the pipeline welders, and she's a little old lady out working the young guys. They'll be over there hiding from the heat, having heat exhaustion or whatever. And she walks by and she says, "It's because you guys are using that sunscreen. Them oils mess with your sweat. Can't work like that." She says, "I ain't never used sunscreen once. I just stay tan."
Yep. My favorite one is working out in the woods one time, and this new guy showed up, Frank, and I could smell cologne on him. I go, "You're going to learn not to do that real quick." He goes, "Why?" I said, "You'll see. You're out there in the woods where there's lots of bees, hornets." Kind of real quick, cologne attracts them just like a flower.
I guess the new thing right now is there's these social influencers, these people on different social media channels that are telling people now not to wear sunscreen, that sunscreen's worse for you than the sunburn. And there's people getting major, having to go to the hospital because they're listening to these stupid social media influencers
I
that
told
have
you.
no idea talking out their ass.
Rob, as much as you can be mad at the social influencers, you should also take a second and step back and look at the people who are dumb enough not to understand that they are getting sunburned. Geez, Rob, how many brain cells does it take to understand that if you're pale from sitting in your room curled up in a ball staring at your phone all day, you're possibly going to get burnt to shit if you go try and lay at the beach all day during a heat wave? For me, there's a correlation.
No.
I was.
But Zach, every day when I'm out there on the beach metal detecting, the people come up to me and go, "Do people really wear jewelry on the beach?" Yes, they do. Every day.
I'd tell them not for long.
Yeah.
Not for long.
How we doing, Torchy? Good to see you tonight.
Yeah, I've never used sunscreen or anything like that. Just haven't.
Yeah, Diana, the phrase nowadays is common sense isn't quite as common as it used to be.
Well, just because someone told you it's okay doesn't, it might warrant a second look. There's a possibility that said person might not be correct. Yeah, Wendy says she's a redhead. We all know redheads aren't allowed in the sun.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All righty, Bill, got that done?
Yep.
All righty, guys, we're going to run this for a silver dime and a channel sticker or a 3-minute and sub sticker with your choice. What's the dime? Shuffle characters. Shuffle characters the third time. 3, 2, 1.
Did you remember to put yourself? Oh, it's your prize.
I didn't put myself in. I did remember to put you and Bill in for once.
It doesn't bother me.
Oh, wait a minute. I got to go to super full screen.
It does, William E. And the whole thing is have the proper sense to decide what you need to do. Some people need to wear sunscreen. Some don't. But just because
it's amazing how many people can't run their own lives without being somebody on the internet telling them what they need to do.
There's fungus among us for sure.
Yeah, agree with that, Grandma Kelly. Skin cancer because of all the chemicals you put on your skin.
You pick your path and you go with it. And if you want to change it, then change it. But you certainly don't do things that you're not equipped to do without educating yourself on it a little bit.
Yeah, it's like if you walk up to 1,000-foot cliff and go, gee, if I take a step off this, is it gonna hurt? Yeah, it's gonna fucking hurt.
Well, I mean, I tell people all the time. You know, they talk about the things I do and things like that. But I know tough guys. You know, they're perfectly fine, man. You know, nothing wrong with it.
Danny boy, congratulations.
Danny boy.
No, congrats, Danny boy.
Say thank you, Danny boy. I know you're here, but just
He's
type in
here.
something real quick so we know you haven't left.
He's there.
Wow, what did I win? You won a silver dime,
A silver diamond. Would you like a 3 Men in the Tub sticker or a channel sticker, sir?
Yep.
That's where we keep messing up. When somebody asks because they weren't paying attention and didn't know what they win, we need to downgrade the prize and save these for next time. What'd you win, Danny? Well, you won a round of applause. Wait a minute. What? You never give that away before? I'm gonna have to go back and watch the video.
And your supply of used oil from Jiffy Lube. Oh,
He wants 3 Men in the Tub.
and 3 Men in the Tub sticker.
Got to get creative. Hey, what I win? I don't know half the time what the races are for. I don't. It goes in here and out the other.
meow. What? Meow.
See, Bill, at least your cat comes talks to you. My family harasses mine so much that it hides whenever it wants.
This isn't my cat, but he's a good little guy. This is Rocket.
Not yours, but he hangs out in your room.
Yeah, he loves coming in here and harassing. He's a good little guy.
He knows where the treats are.
Oh yeah.
After 7, a little catnip probably doesn't hurt either.
Diana, we had, if you remember, the wooden slatted blinds there.
See, that's
you
a
have
desk
to have
buddy.
up.
No
And we
desk.
had to have them up because
You know that. Come on.
the catio doors there, so Denise would keep them up to right above the catio door, which let in too much light when we get the sun stream. And then Denise and I tried adjusting them, and they came crashing off the wall because they're not enough wide enough for the window. So Denise said, "I'm tired of effing with these," and we threw those in the garbage last night. And she went out and got drapes, and then we're going to put the same drapes up on the side windows. So next Sunday, guys, hopefully this room will be a little darker and my light will work better. So hopefully next Sunday I won't look quite as dark as I have been on Sundays. Coming from me, Danny, and I know I've already got Danny's address. Oh, all three, Mary. Who's washing who? All three of us are washing all three of us. Yeah, Diana, that's the next thing we're going to work on is getting a professional microphone here. That's the next step with some of the super chat money.
For a price, Rob, you should look into the lapel mics that you could just grab off the side of your computer and clip on your shirt and go with your mic there. The only people I see have problems with them are the beard guys, where their beard rubs it and messes with everything. But everyone else,
Yeah, I think the computer's got a mic button right there in front.
I got one on this cheapy camera that I'm using. It seems to work okay. Nobody complains.
I wonder if I can use this on my phone too.
No, I'm not muted. I lean forward and back from my mic, and you guys can't hear me as good when I do that, but I can't help that. And that's what's surprising is I have like the cheapest camera you could buy. It's a Tao 2 from Amazon. I think the thing set me back like $17.
2 cats and 3 dogs here, regular zoo. Yodi, we have 14 cats. But we do fosters and that kind of rehoming, that kind of stuff. Nope, ain't going out tomorrow, too hot. The next day I'll go out early in the morning. It's going to be in the mid 60s. 90% humidity, but still in the mid 60s. Oh, Diane's now up to 26 cats.
Oh my God.
26 cats.
Yep. I just got a fresh litter.
Yeah, I just decided to look it up what I was heading to tomorrow. 74 degrees with 74% humidity, 8-mile-an-hour wind. Probably be pretty nice.
Well, it's the bewitching hour, people. It's that time.
I am in a big room, Carolinas, but I do speak up when I talk. I try to speak loudly and clearly. All right, Bill, it was great hanging out with you.
Thank you, Zaxxon, for coming up. Thank you, Rob.
Always a fun time, Bill. Enjoyed that immensely.
Rob, see you tomorrow night in Zoom. Everybody else, we'll see you Saturday night.
For all you folks, hey, there's a watermelon on the table. For all you folks, we would like to cordially, Bill and I, invite you to Zoom on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. over at Parker and Pat's Zoom channel. You go to his YouTube channel, to his About page, and he has the phone number to call into Zoom. Which is nice, guys, is everything's off the record. No recordings are kept. There's no rules like there is on YouTube. And we have a fun time on Zoom.
Yep.
Usually 7 to 8 to 9 people, and we have a hell of a good time.
But don't forget, Pat, Rob, what happens on Zoom gets screenshotted and held against you for an
Yeah, don't fall asleep on Zoom, and whatever you do, don't pick your nose on Zoom.
Don't
Okay?
pick your nose.
Exactly. I have pictures of Rob and Charlie.
Yeah, that's not good. All righty, guys. We'll see you all later in the week.
Bye, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
And